Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out ReZero episode number 12. I guess now that we are past what we were experiencing in the previous arc, I don't know what's coming next, so it's very exciting. I have had some people in comments saying that I should be checking out, I think it's an OVA next between episodes 11 and 12, but I have been advised that I should check out episode 12 next, and that for the OVA I should check it out after season 1. I didn't ask why, I just trusted the advice that I was given. For anyone who did want to see me check out that, I think it's an OVA, right? So for anyone who did want to see me check that out, I will be doing so once I finish season 1, which, you know, we're making good progress through this right now. 2 episodes a week, you know, we're getting through it pretty quickly. And also, when I finish season 1, I do want to check out, I'll probably do just a single video for it. I want to check out the break time little things that would be happening in between, you know, episodes, you know, halfway points, I guess. I do want to check those out at the end of the season as well. Just, you know, a little fun little sit through and relive the entire season with little new pieces of information, etc. I think that would be pretty fun. So yeah, that's my plans for once we finish season 1 of ReZero. There will probably be a break week of episodes where maybe on Tuesday I'll do the break week video, and then on Saturday I will maybe do or maybe the other way about, who knows which way it'll fall, but Saturday then maybe I would do the OVA episode reactions, so that, you know, there's still ReZero content on the channel on that week, but, you know, there will be a break between seasons 1 and 2. Anyway, apologies for all the yapping. I'm very excited for this episode because we are potentially going to see this date finally between Amelia and Subaru. We have been waiting for this date to happen for about 5-6 episodes now at this point. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It feels like we have been stuck in this mansion for at least 15 episodes, but we're only on episode 12. It has just been a very, very long time that we have been trapped here. I feel like it feels so long because of all the traumatic events and stuff that Subaru was put through. I feel like he went through so much in this mansion that I just don't see where we're going to go after this. Are we going to stay at the mansion? Are we going to find out who Roswell was talking to, who he was summoned to talk to? And also, are we going to catch up with some characters we haven't seen in ages? Are we going to see Reinhardt anytime soon? Are we going to see Felt anytime soon? Are we going to meet new characters? Or if we leave the mansion, do we not see Rem and Ram anymore? So many questions that I just don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know the kind of series ReZero is or anything like that, but I just really am excited to see where we go from here. I'm suspecting that this one won't have as much action as the past handful of episodes have had, and I suspect that we'll maybe just be spending this episode learning or traveling or going from point A to point B, maybe getting a new destination, getting a new goal set up. So that's what I think this episode's going to be. So another little theory that I've been floating around in my head since checking out the previous episode. I'm very quick to assume that Roswell is someone we can't trust, right? That's just my immediate instinct, is to not trust him. But I feel like maybe I'm being played. Maybe that's how the series wants me to feel. Maybe we can't actually trust him. It was mentioned, Beatrice did mention that the dragon, a hero and a sage, I believe, were the people who, you know, were the ones who sealed away the Witch of Envy. Now I'm wondering if Sage, you know, I would imagine in my head sages are like healer types, you know, all that there in a party. But now I'm wondering if that's just another word for like a mage, you know, someone who uses magic. And now I'm wondering if that's Roswell or someone directly related to Roswell. If he is somewhat related to the sealing of the witch. I don't know how I feel about that theory, because do I think Roswell can live forever? Probably not. Yeah, I just don't know. I guess I need more answers on that. And then there's also the question of the royal family was killed off, or they just died recently, and Roswell wants to kill the dragon. So that, I just don't know what that means for the royal family, because the dragon made a covenant with the royal family, or the royal family made a covenant with the dragon more so. I don't know what that covenant meant, but it shaped Lagunica, right? It shaped the way that things are done in Lagunica, I can't even speak. So maybe the death of the royal family and the death of the dragon is somehow Roswell's plan, and that plan is to free people. Maybe they are somehow like trapped, their slaves to some sort of higher power, and to wipe out the royal family and the dragon in not one fell swoop, because it didn't happen all together, is maybe part of a plan to free everyone. Who knows? Theory. I don't know. Not confident about it, but I just wanted to throw it out there because I've been thinking about it. And yeah, with that said, I am just finally now ready to dive right into episode number 12, ReZero. Let's go. Oh, I really don't know what to expect from this episode, but I'm excited to find out. Here we go. Oh, she's so cute. Victory. Look at their little date. It's adorable. Stamps? Aww. Is that a dog? Oh, it's a kitty, duh. Sad. Oh. That you did, boyo. Yeah, literally. Almost killed. Thanks, Roswell. Subaru, you are the whole reason any of this happened. Nobody would have went there, of course. Yay. Oh, do we not get to see the date? Are they back already? That's so sad. I guess the OVA maybe shows the date. Dragon carriage from the capital. Is it Reinhardt? Are we going to see Reinhardt again? Oh shit. Given my suspicions about Roswell, I wonder if his faith and what he's doing, you know, with Amelia is maybe something I should be paying more attention to. Why Amelia, you know? Are you bored? So true. This is a fine cup of tea. I'm normally the one serving. Yo, let's not tell Ram. That's sensible. So true. The heart in his mouth. Tom. Oh no, Subaru. Cat girl? It's a cat girl. Meow. Meow, I see. Let's go, old man. Will. We're going to the capital? We're going to the capital. Let's go. Felt and Reinhardt. Absolutely. We're going to go see our old friends. Let's go. Aw, Ram. That's so cute. The way she's so friendly with Subaru now. I love it. Roswell, I don't like the shit you be doing with Ram. It's weird. Treatment. Oh shit. Ah, water magic is healing. right? Because we saw Ren use water magic to stop him from dying. Why is that? Oh shit. Oh, that's nice. Interesting. Oh, so Wilhelm von Astrea, the Sword Demon, opposed to the Sword Saint? Are you related to Reinhard? I know. Appa guy, let's go. We are so back. That's so funny. That is true. Hawkeye sure gets special treatment. Yeah, we gotta talk to Reinhard, figure out some things. Is Reinhard von Astrea as well? I can't remember if we learned his second name. Who's this? Emilia-sama. Purple hair guy. Is this another candidate? Julius. I was fully expecting that. Buzz off. Yeah, don't eat anything when you're wearing white, I guess. That shit sucks when it stains. Be good and wait. Oh god, what are we gonna get up to? Oh, Subaru, what's gonna go wrong here? Oh my god. He was here to help. It's that same guy. We're not gonna use it already, Shamak, right? Secret technique scared the shit out of him. It's all my rum! Let's go! Are you here looking for Felt? Who is she? Yeah, she's got the kind of look that tells me she can hold her own. Okay. Astrea. Okay, so he is Astrea. We probably knew that. Sword Saint and Sword Demon is very interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they get on, or I just don't know. Yeah, you tell it how it is.
安心してスバル。この人の格好に驚いたのは私も同じだから。
まあな。迷子探し中の俺に付き合ってくれるとか言い出したらこっちもびっくりだけどよ。
普通に考えてこいつのこの格好、迷子探して言うタイプだろ。
So true. Well, not really, actually.
行く先で待つとはなかなか気が回る。首相な心がけじゃな。ある？
迷子ってあんたかよ。
その袋の中身は何じゃ？
It's apples.
見たことねえのか？
笑わせるでない。リンガは白い実の果実じゃ。
そりゃ中身は白いけどな。まさか皮剥く前のリンガ見たことねえ。
Oh my god, she's rich. That was strange, but I feel like we're gonna circle back to this at some point.
どうして？
焼き餅とか焼いてくれちゃった感じの展開と。
No, there's something about her.
知らないならいいの。
Tell us, please, please tell us. No, Emilia, you have to tell us. How are we gonna learn anything if you don't tell us?
確かにこれはリンガじゃ。フェルトのことは私が必ず聞いておくから。
いやでもそこは俺が直
Damn,
接。
Subaru doesn't get to see him. That's sad.
スバルを連れて行ったらまた無理するに決まってるもの。そんなことさせたくないの。分かって？
エミリアたんこそ分かってねえよ。
絶対にダメ。体がきちんと治るまで魔法はもちろん無理も禁止。約束して。
I get it, Emilia, but like, come on.
分かった、約束するよ。
Let Subaru do his thing.
だからな、俺も一緒に。
部外者は入れられないの。だからお願い。レムと一緒におとなしく待っていて。
We should be going to get our shit healed while she's doing that. Like, send us to go do a mission while you go do that, so we have to do it.
お願いだからスバル。
Aw.
私を信じさせて。
Give me reason to trust you. There's not even that trust just yet. That's kind of crazy, actually.
やつが絶対に嫌がる。エミリアを助ける。そのためにも。
Stare.
何ですかスバル君。そんな凛々しい目で見つめられると困ってしまいます。
Per ram.
場所は王城。警備は万全と思いますけど。
警備の問題じゃねえんだよ。エミリアの大事に関われないのが嫌なんだ。
スバル君。
俺は何かが起きた時しか役に立たない。
Subaru, you're being kind of selfish right now.
今からレムは急な思いつきでリンガを使った新しい料理の開発に入ります。
I just thought up.
ものすごい集中力を必要とするので、きっと誰かが部屋を抜け出したりしても気づけない可能性が高いです。
Rem, you're too good. But Subaru, come on, bro. Yeah, you're putting Rem in danger. You're putting her, making her accomplice to this bullshit, and also, you don't need to. Holy shit. That was fast.
偶然に感謝しな。俺らもちょうど王城に向かう途中だったからよ。
王城？何しに？
今日という日に王城に向かう理由はただ一つじゃ。
This is another.
あれ、知らなかったの？こちらにおわす方こそ。
Ah, I see. Priscilla Bariel sama.
それがなんで俺を？
今日が乗ったゆえの戯れに過ぎん。余興の類じゃ。
A mere lark.
貴様を王城に引き連れて行った方が面白いことになる。
The hair is similar to something Emilia has in her hair, right? That little knot or... All things work in my favor, of course they do. Imagine Emilia's reaction when she sees you coming in with her. With Priscilla? Wow, the way this place looks is kind of crazy. It looks really cool. Massive.
そのエミリア、俺はわ
らわの小遣いをじっと見て何かあったか半端者。
この度は当家の使用人がとんだ迷惑を。
Damn.
どうしてスバルがここにいるの？
Why are you here,
言
Subaru?
ったはずでしょ。おとなしく待っててって。 覚えてないの？
How can she trust you if you keep pulling shit like this, Subaru? Like, just stay at home. Just stay at home. There was no need for this at all.
俺らが並ぶのはあっちだぜ。
俺も並んでいいのか？
そうだね。
I want to see this guy with his
面
mask
白い
off
からそこの
or
彼に
his
ついてっていいよ。
ちょっとロズワー
helmet off.
こんな場所に同席させたらスバルが。
エミリア様、議会が始まります。中央へ。
What's she gonna have to do here? Like, are they gonna have to fight?
絶対に後でちゃんとお話しするからね。
Why would
つまりあ
he
そこにいる
use
のは
magic
王
right
様の
now?
参加者。
It's all girls,
未来の王様候補
okay.
ってことか。
やっぱり君が来たね、スバル。
Reinhard, let's
エリア様が
go!
出席されると聞いて、まず君が来るんじゃないかと思ったよ。
スバルキャ
お前、
Everyone is here.
彼とは知り合いだったのかい？
彼？
Oh, that's a him. Oh shit,
フェリッ
okay.
クス・アーガイル。
Catboy.
こう見えて立派な男性だよ。
勝手に誕生したのはスバル君の方だしね。
So true. This music and seeing that everyone is here is making me anxious.
恋敵って虫を見つけたらこういう顔をするんならしだ。
この騎士団団長の私、
Leader of the Imperial
の
Knights,
進行を務めさせ
Marcos.
ていただき
Okay.
ます。事の起こりは約半年前、
Half a
西
year.
王をはじめとする王族の方
Huh.
々が次々とお隠れになったことに起因し、
団長さんがビシッとお話し進めたんはわかるんやけど。
No, let us hear this.
道理だな。
クルシ様、カルステン家の当主がそのようなことを。
格式を重んじるのは大事なことだが、時間が有限であるのも事実だろう。
すでにこの召集の意味が分かっておいでですか？
ああ、マイクロトフ卿。終焉だろ。我々はいずれ競い合う身だが、同じ卓を囲み、杯を交わせば、おのずと人柄も知れようと。
Huh.
いや、違いますが。
They gonna fight now?
聞いた話と違うが。
やだなもう。フェリちゃんはただ主演でも開くのかもですねって言っただけじゃないですか。
Maybe.
そうか、私の早とちりか。
今から仰せぬ上辺のことなんか話さんでもみんな知ってることや。
私はちゃんとお話は聞くべ。
悪いけどうちはあんた様の意見は聞いてないんよ。
Stop being so pompous.
王戦がどうとか知らないから先が聞きたかったりすっかな。
続けよマークス。
Continue. Let's go.
竜の巫女の資格を持つ皆様がこうし
Are
て
they gonna
集められた
fight?
の
The
は
Dragon's Priestess?
竜歴石に新たに刻まれた予言によるものです。そこには新たな国の導
The
き手になり得
five.
る
There's
五
only
人
four there.
そのうちより一人の巫女を選び竜との盟約
Ugh,
に
don't
臨
like
むべ
that,
し。
but yeah.
そう、5人だ。今日歴史が動く。
騎士ラインハルト・バン・アス
Oh,
トレア
Reinhard.
は
Is it Felt? Is Felt another of the candidates? Because she had a
栄誉ある
stone?
県人会の皆様、この騎士隊所属ラインハルト・バン・アストレアが任務完了の報告をさせていただきます。竜の巫女、王の候補者、最後の5人目、
Ooh.
見つかりましてございます。
Is it Felt? What is happening? Is that Felt? I don't know.
自分が王として仰ぐお方、
It is! What the?
テント様と申します。
That's crazy! Return to the capital. What is happening? That's crazy! So, I guess, yeah, okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. I thought that, okay, I'm not gonna skip around. I've thoughts are just going crazy in my head. Let me just have a second to think. All right, so we got to take this one back to the very beginning, right? So this episode was nothing like I expected it to be. I thought that this episode would just pretty much be the entire date, right? I thought that it would cover the date between Amelia and Subaru, but I'm guessing that's what the OVA covers. And I do plan to check that out. Just, it will be at the end. And I wonder why I was advised to check that out at the end. I suspect there's some sort of spoilery thing in there, but I really just wonder what that could be at this point. But yeah, we then learn that when Subaru and Amelia return, there is a dragon carriage there for them, and the dragon carriage, whoever is there, would like to speak with Amelia. It's an emissary, I guess, for the capital, and they want to speak with Amelia about something important regarding the capital, and Subaru wants to know more, but he's not able to learn more because really Subaru is not an important character in this world, right? For us, he's the main character, and for us, he's our source of finding out all this information. And yeah, he is very important for us, but within this world, he's just nobody, right? He's not important. He's close with Amelia. He creates bonds with other characters, and he knows some very important characters, but he himself is not a key figure in terms of like all the moving pieces and all the politics and the drama and everything like that. He's not really involved, and so he is not invited to be a part of this meeting. He's not invited for anything. So Subaru himself, despite wanting to go with Amelia, is told not to, and he then goes to buddy up with the guy who was with the emissary in the cart. And so he goes and buddies up with him, brings him some of the most expensive tea that they have in the castle, which Ram is not going to be happy about. But yeah, I think that it's very funny that Subaru's like, you know what? I'm going to make this guy like me. I'm going to make this guy talk. How do I do that? Fancy tea, right? Like, duh. Like, what other option do you have but fancy tea? So he goes to get his fancy tea, brings it to him, and he's like, hey, you know, like, what's this about? Like, what's going on? And the guy's like, you look like a nobody, so I'm not telling you shit. It's kind of funny. It's not worded exactly like that. It's kind of like, I don't know if you're important, so I'm not going to share anything. But then he did say that he looked pretty close with Amelia, and he warned him about being so close with someone as important as Amelia. And Subaru mentions his wife, and that kind of stuns him for a second, just in time for the emissary to appear. I can't remember the emissary's name. Old Man Will, right? And the emissary, Catboy, that looks like a girl. I feel like I misgendered during the openings, and I was corrected, and I forgot because it's been so long. And we're seeing them again here, and they're doing a whole nya 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 thing, which is very funny. It's always entertaining just to see that silly little thing. And then Old Man Will mentions a summons to the capital, and that is when Subaru is like, hey, bring me along. There's so many people I want to see. There's so many people I want to say thank you to. And yeah, I just want to be in the capital. Subaru then learns that basically he's being brought along to the capital so that he can be healed correctly, because his gate is kind of, it's shot the bed. The gate is gone after he used Shamak, and it's pretty dangerous if he was to use it again. So they want to get that healed, and to do that it's water magic. And we did see water magic being used by Rem in episode 6, 7, something like that anyway, where he healed Subaru's wounds so that she healed, Subaru's wounds so that he wouldn't die. And to do that, she used water magic. So we know that water has healing properties, like the magic type anyway. And I feel also that's kind of like, I know that you guys in the comments have informed me that Amelia's magic isn't water. I assumed it was water because water becomes ice. Ice is like the blizzard type thing that she uses, like ice, whatever, spears. But no, she actually controls fire magic, and fire magic is to do with heat, and so she's able to remove all heat, turn things into ice, and that's how her magic works. I was unaware of that. I thought it was water magic, and so I feel like this moment right here where Roswell says that Amelia can't even master water magic fully, that's kind of our insight into the fact that that's not the type of magic she uses, because otherwise it is kind of confusing if, you know, we're not told straight outright. Old Man Will, he senses that Subaru's eyes are the eyes of someone who's well versed with death, which is really interesting because that makes us wonder, what does he know? Does he know anything about what's happening with Subaru? Can he help us? Does he have important information? You know, I feel like at this point we need to meet up with this guy again and learn what he knows, because he's got some important information for us. And then we learn that his name is Wilhelm van Astrea, the Sword Demon, and that is potentially the father, uncle, whatever of Reinhard van Astrea, right? Who is the Sword Saint. So this guy's called the Sword Demon. So I wonder if that means that Reinhard is kind of like the guy who is on the front lines, and, you know, he does all this stuff, whereas Wilhelm is the one who does all the dirty work. I wonder if that's why he's the demon opposed to the saint. I wonder if the names are important, or if they're just kind of like titles, or what. I need to learn more about what this Sword Demon is, because Sword Demon versus Sword Saint is obviously very different, and I'm wondering if they're just titles, or if there's anything else that we'll maybe learn hopefully very soon, because I've got questions that I need to learn. Subaru and Emilia have this very nice scene where they go to the Appa guy again and buy Appas, which is very sweet because now he's not broken, now he's able to do so he's able to return that promise, and he's able to fulfill that promise rather. But I'm wondering now if we're going to get some real ironic shitty twist where something awful is going to happen and Subaru is reset again to this day, and who's he standing in front of? He's standing in front of Appa guy again. Maybe he just created another checkpoint in that moment, who knows. Also, apologies if you hear like there's just a car outside with its engine running right now and it's pretty loud. I don't know if it's picking up, but it's been like that for like a few minutes now. I don't know why. And then this guy Julius shows up, who Subaru quickly becomes very jealous of. Julius shows up with Riz and takes Emilia's hand, kisses it, gives her compliments, and yeah, he just really plays Subaru like a fiddle, because Subaru gets very upset and he gets very annoyed and he starts throwing out all these like faces towards Julius, and it's obvious that he's not happy. I think it's pretty funny seeing Subaru in this way. Subaru is kicked out, he's told to stay back, and Emilia and Julius go ahead on into the mansion or whatever. I don't know if it's a mansion or the castle or wherever they are, and Subaru's left sitting by himself, just like staring out into space, very upsetty spaghetti, and then he sees someone being grabbed into a dark alleyway, and he's like, well, gotta go help that girl. And it turns out that this girl does not seem to need help whatsoever, and when he tries to play it off as like, oh, hi honey, I'm here, let's go home, she's like, don't touch me, and slaps or smacks, I guess I'm combining the two, him, sending him into the wall. And he's like, wow, you really didn't get the hint. And then he finds out that it's these three guys again. It's pretty funny. And then he's like, I'm gonna call Reinhard. And that's when Old Man Rom appears, and we learn that Old Man Rom is here looking for Felt. And yeah, this girl is like, yeah, I could have done that myself. Rom learns where Felt is, and then Emilia shows up with this guy in a helmet, or in a knight's helmet, I don't know what you would call it. He's pretty tall, I'll give him that, and he seems pretty scary because he's not showing his face, so I wonder if his face is going to be kind of this big reveal or anything like that. He's got a pretty gruff voice. I kind of like his voice, it's pretty cool. We learn that Emilia is helping him find a child, and who else is that child other than the girl that Subaru was here trying to help? And when Emilia sees her, she's like, oh my god, and hides behind Subaru, and then they quickly get out of there. It's pretty humorous. And yeah, this girl is very clearly sheltered and hidden away and protected from basically everything, very rich, because she doesn't even know what an appa looks like. She just assumes appas are all white because someone always peels them for her before giving them to her. So yeah, it's pretty interesting then that that's our introduction to this character, a very spoiled brat type, and immediately I would say hits it off with Subaru, but also not really, because she doesn't appreciate Subaru whatsoever. It's kind of the complete opposite of Emilia's first encounter with Subaru. But yeah, it's just pretty interesting that played out the way it did because of what happens later in the episode then. But yeah, Emilia and Subaru leave, they go their own way, and yeah, Emilia's like, oh, if you don't know who that is, then don't worry about it. So that's annoying for us because I wanted to know who that was. Then back at where they're staying for the night, Subaru is told, hey, don't come with me to the castle tomorrow, to the castle, I guess. It's very important that you stay here, and Rem is there to hear that too. But Subaru's like, what? But I want to go and talk to Reinhard. Meh, 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 meh. And yeah, I've been kind of like giving Subaru kind of like, he's been in my good books because I've liked the way he's been doing things and everything, but I feel like this was a huge mistake on his part. I don't think he needed to insert himself into this. This is not related to him whatsoever. He was told to stay behind. Emilia literally was like, hey, I need a reason to trust you. She's basically saying, I don't trust you right now. And we saw that as well with the fact that she had to hold his hand in the capital. She didn't trust him. She didn't trust him to be by himself. She didn't trust what he would do. She just doesn't have trust for him. And that's kind of really like a huge deal for us and for Subaru, because we thought that they had this good bond, but maybe it's kind of one-sided so far anyway. Maybe they will create this bond as time goes on, but it feels like Subaru needs Emilia more than Emilia needs Subaru, and I guess this episode kind of showed that, because she was like, hey, stay behind, this is really not important, this is really something you shouldn't be doing, getting involved with and everything. And Subaru's just like, yeah, I'm gonna shove my whole ass in there and just be as involved as anyone else. And it's just kind of like frustrating to see that it played out that way, because I feel like he's harming the relationship with Emilia. And yes, I get that he could potentially get a reset and not do that so that he doesn't harm the relationship, but at the same time, we have to assume that he's not going to die here. We can't just be assuming every time he's going to die, because then that's just upsetting, and it kind of like takes you out of the moment when he potentially does get reset, right? We have to assume he's going to progress, and that what he's doing here and now will affect what happens down the line later. And so seeing that this is how he took Emilia's words and just kind of shoved them in her face, it is pretty sad and upsetting. And the way he used Rem to do that was also very sad and upsetting, because he has this great relationship with Rem now, and Rem really likes and trusts him, and the relationship they have is so sweet, and he kind of uses that to his advantage. And yeah, it's pretty sad to see that that's how he does it. But then he gets picked up, he leaves because Rem's like, yeah, I'm gonna go into the other room and I wouldn't see if anyone walks out of here right now, right? And like, yeah, she does something very nice for us, but also like, I just didn't want her to. Subaru runs out, gets picked up by this girl again with the night guy, and they're going to the castle because this is Priscilla. Priscilla is a candidate for the throne of Lagunica. Her full name is Priscilla Bariel Sama. Priscilla Bariel. I wonder if that Bariel name will show up again down the line. I will be paying attention. And yeah, she's going to the mansion because she's been summoned just like Emilia. Subaru gets brought in with Priscilla. You can't help but imagine that this is a ploy Priscilla's trying to get in Emilia's head. And yeah, it just feels very unnatural watching the way she acts with Subaru. And Subaru's kind of like on the fence and like not really knowing what's happening. The old men show up. Roswell's like, yeah, hi Subaru, you may accompany blah blah blah, all this here. And it's just like, oh, something weird is happening here, something bad's about to happen. The music, the OST is very ominous and it made me feel very anxious. And then they're basically going to be told this whole story until that some of them are like, I don't want to hear this shit, we already know this shit, so we don't get to hear about the whole family dying and everything. Sadly, I was hoping that we would learn stuff there, but while this is happening, Reinhardt and Subaru meet again, and yeah, they don't really get to talk too much because then the Catboy shows up again. Felix Argyle is a knight, and yeah, I think it's pretty funny the way that they played the whole Catboy Catgirl thing. You know, they took a common trait and flipped it on its head. Is pretty interesting and is pretty funny. We learn that the leader of the Imperial Knights is called Marcos. He's got this weird like brickhead look going on, and he's about to share all this information until he's told not to, sadly. And yeah, then we learn that the reason they are called here, potentially, or maybe there's another reason, is because the 5th member has been found. There are 5 members that are being candidates for the throne, and the 5th has been found, and it was Reinhardt who found her. And yeah, he believes her to be the queen, and that person is none other than Felt. And even there, we don't get a surname, we just get Felt Sama. We don't get Felt anything, just Felt. There's word about how there's a prophecy engraved in a dragon's stone, so the dragon has left a stone, and there's prophecies that get left in it. One of them is going to be the dragon's priestess, and they're going to enter into a covenant and shape the kingdom. And yeah, just there's a lot of stuff to kind of process here, but I feel like in terms of theorizing, there's not so much to kind of go off of because this episode really just spelled everything out here. So yeah, I guess the only questions I have now from this episode are Wilhelm and Felt, like what their deals are, what's going on there. How does Wilhelm know about Subaru's brushes with death, if he knows anything, and what is Felt's deal? Why is she here? Like, what is it about what is happening here? Because she stole the stone? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's all very interesting and all very questionable what is going to happen, but it seems that Reinhard had a task with finding the 5th candidate, and he did so with Felt. So Felt is now a candidate for the throne, and yeah, what could happen here? Crazy stuff going on here. That was, yeah, this was a really cool episode, getting to go to the capital again and getting to learn new information, getting to be introduced to so many new characters. And yeah, what an absolute blast this was. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know down below how excited you are for the next episode, and I will be uploading that again very soon. This episode number 13, of course. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope that you're having a great day and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.